I told y'all we were gonna bring a co-host on at some point to help carry my fugly behind. And we went through a few people, we were thinking of a few people, and finally a name came back to me. It's a dude I've worked with before. We're gonna have him on for the Super Bowl Sunday edition of the Full Blitz Podcast. And, hopefully going forward, we'll see what happens. But, y'all give a welcome for my man, Darren, don't call me Dusty Rhodes.
Dusty's okay. I mean, he's family.
Hey, he
Everybody know Dusty got soul, man. Yeah, I don't know if you still watch wrestling, but Cody dropped the Raheem on SmackDown, so it's all good right now.
I don't keep up with it as much anymore. It got too soap opery. For me,
But,
maybe I'm just too much of an
but
attitude error guy.
well, that was difficult. Like you got to realize it's never coming back, and then try to enjoy what you get. But the
Fair.
Netflix era had me hyped, but then they watered it down. Anyways, I seen Travis Scott smoking on the first episode. I'm like, oh, we lit. It's coming back. Censor, censor, censor. All ever since.
It's what happens, man. I mean, we saw it. So I'm a UFC guy. I kind of transferred from WWE to UFC. And
Okay.
UFC on Paramount, and they just had the first one, I think 2 weeks ago, and it
Hmm.
commercial after commercial after commercial. The commercials during the corner time, I'm like, yo, what are we doing?
That's what always dilutes the product. That's why when people complain and they say all these other promotions are better, I'm like, yeah, because they don't have sponsorship. They don't have corporate assholes up their rear end telling them, no, you can't do this, take that down. We got to get this money, get this money. So there's freedom. So that's why you always enjoy underdog, local, homegrown stuff because you get authenticity.
Agreed. And we told y'all this is Super Bowl Sunday edition. Seattle did take care of business against New England. We're gonna get into the game. We're gonna get into a few of the other things. But since we were talking about commercials, let's go ahead and get it out the way. Are you a commercial dude for the Super Bowl? Like, do you look for the good commercials?
I do, but what I've noticed is like after halftime, they all fall off. You either see what you saw earlier, it's condensed or something. But honestly, I forget about it until the commercial break. So it's like I'm watching the game, the commercial break. Like now, I mean, we're millennials, but we're gonna look at that phone. And then I hear the commercial, I'm like, oh yeah, it might be something. Cause it was like the one with Danny McBride and there's a key.
Yeah, I
And
think
I
so.
was like, hold on. I was like, oh, this is actually gonna be something. It ain't just like the 30-second, stuff you're used to, but I can really care less.
I thought the commercials were trash this year. I think I said the same thing last year. They were trash.
Oh, last year was horrible.
And I don't,
So
and you know,
I
some,
don't blame you.
and I don't know if it is because of like you watch the game on Hulu, you're not watching it on regular cable no more, so you're getting all of these globalized commercials for Apple and for But where are the Dorito commercials? Where are the Budweiser
Right.
commercials? Like,
The
man,
Budweiser one it was trying to make you cry or
bro,
something,
like,
but it was just a lot of cameos, but no like
yeah,
no like charisma. You got everybody popping up, but nobody's really standing out.
they were trash. And you know what's crazy is usually there's a few commercials that you're like, yeah, that one. That one. Now I will say the NFL had a good commercial. It was about the coaches, and it was like this kid hyping up his action figures in his room, and then it would cut to a coach on the field. I was like, all right, that one was dope. That one,
Yeah, see, there's a few that I probably missed that I might like later, but like I said, I'm not always paying attention.
but get the commercials out of the way because how trash they were. Do you? So I'm a pregame dude, right? Like I don't really watch pregame every Sunday. I watch it on Super Bowl Sunday and see what they come up with. You watch it, or were you working? What you had going on before the game?
Well, really, it's both now. So it's like
That's
I'm
right.
exposed to it when I work. Like we're usually doing live games, and where I'm at, we work with CBS and Fox, which is crazy. But so you're watching the CBS pregame on your left, Fox pregame on your right, so you get to see it all.
Man, and
And
for those out in the Arizona area, right? Arizona, right?
yeah, Tucson.
Y'all probably are watching something that our guy Darren's hands have been on. So you know him, but you don't even know that you know him.
Don't even know who's feeding them like the Sandman.
Hey, it's the best way to be behind the scenes.
Yeah,
I tell you
I
what,
learned
behind the
that
scenes
early.
people for the pregame, they did a good job this year. They had two really good stories on both the quarterbacks. Obviously, everybody's gonna love Sam Darnold's story, right? Third overall pick, went to the Jets where young quarterbacks go to die. You know, had an injury riddled what year? Half of a year in Carolina. I don't. How long was he there?
It was like he was there for 2 years,
Two
but
years.
what happened was hot start when he got there, injury, drop off. Then they run and go get Baker for whatever reason, so he's not playing. Then comes back after Baker goes 1-5 and wonder why he got cut. But that's neither here nor there right now. Yeah, so he didn't really get a fair shot. I like if anyone knows me, they know I'm a diehard Panther fan, but I always said it was never Sammy's fault. Like Sam played well for us. We just weren't a good team.
I
So
mean, that's
it's
fair.
gonna happen.
That's fair. He had a stellar year in Minnesota, 14 wins. That everybody's like, oh, that's a fluke. It's a fluke. He goes to Seattle. Now he's got 15 wins on the season. He's a Super Bowl champ. I couldn't see if he got MVP. They should have just gave the MVP to the entire defense because that Seattle defense
Oh my God.
was unreal.
It was shades of the Seattle Denver.
So I want to touch on two other things before we get into the game. If you guys didn't see it, I know you can find it on YouTube. Go and watch the Coco Jones rendition of "Lift Every Voice and Sing."
Mm.
She crushed it. I mean, it was beautiful. So y'all got to go check that out. Charlie Puth's national anthem. Y'all know him for "When I See You Again." He did the national anthem
Okay.
this year, crushed it, played the piano. Now that that's out of the way, right? Talked a little of pregame. Let's get into this. This was, I thought it was going to be a better game than it was. That,
what what I learned is the value of Tom Brady. And that sounds crazy right now, but it's like because Tom Brady was so great and the way New England used to win, you just see the Patriots and just think like no matter who is on the other side, they're gonna find a way. So it's like I knew this whole time Seattle should just come in and wash them just because the way they played through the playoffs. Like they struggled against all of these good defenses, but snuck away, snuck away, snuck away. Luck ran out here. San Francisco, there's no blizzard. There's nothing to help you out here. And it was just like they did what they were supposed to do, but it's still crazy they did it. If
I,
that makes sense.
I mean, I get it, right? It's when you see a defense dominate that way, especially in the Super Bowl, you're like, man, because I mean, me personally, I'm watching this game and I'm like, bro, this is Tampa KC all over again. I'm like, this is insane. And like people want to be like, oh, Drake May's trash or Drake May. What? They was getting pressure on him with four. I don't know if y'all do math, right? But that means there's seven dropping back into coverage against a second year quarterback. I mean, what are you gonna do? And you literally have no. He steps up. He's stepping up into pressure. He peels to the left or right. They're containing him on the edges. I mean, Seattle came in. That defense came in with a clear cut game plan. We are not gonna let Drake May's arm beat us. And I mean, and then they stopped the run too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, that was the thing that stood out the most to me. That's what kind of gave me the idea, like Seattle's gonna dominate this game, even though, like I said, I still had my doubts. But New England struggled to run throughout this whole postseason. Drake May was leading them sometimes with 30, 40 yards. So it's like in the playoffs, you have to run the ball no matter what you did all year. You have to run the ball. They never proved they could run the ball, and then you go against a Seattle defense that's going to shut it all down, regardless of if you could. I just feel like they really never had a chance. And anyone thinks that, it was a fluke or it's on Drake May, go ask Brock Purdy 41-6. Go ask, you know what I mean? Go ask Matt Stafford how tough it is playing against them boys. Even Bryce said how tough they were, and that they just talk, and not necessarily talking trash, but just bigging up the whole team, being aggressive, just like, yeah, let's go. Like, them
Yeah.
boys were just,
And I
they
mean,
were possessed.
for those that think Drake May didn't play a good game, the dude went 27 to 43, 295 yards, 2 touchdowns. He did have the 2 interceptions, but he also rushed for 37 yards on 5 carries. So it's not like this young kid came in here and just completely dropped the ball, right? And it's not like he was wildly outplayed. He went against a defense that maybe I mean, what do they call them? The dark side? That
Yeah,
they the dark
they
side
gotta
of the
spell it
Legion of
like Dark
Boom.
Side.
Yeah, bro. Like
Exactly.
this defense is for real.
It was like the
And
other side.
I don't think that people are giving that defense enough credit. And I can't, yeah, I would be remiss if we're talking about defense and Gonzalez for New England,
Man,
bro.
if they win, that's your MVP.
If they
No
win,
doubt.
that's your MVP for
No
sure.
doubt.
For sure. Like
I wanted Gonzalez.
I think he wound up with 3 pass breakups. 2 of them, one of them was almost an interception at the goal line.
Should have been.
Should have been.
Should have been. I know he was hurt.
That first one, if Rashid catches that ball, he gone. Like he's out.
He had to kind of Odell Beckham just to swat it. Like, he reached
So
back
it
so
was,
far. Like,
I
it was
mean,
crazy.
it was crazy. And then you look at Seattle. I mean, it took them a minute because we've seen this with New England, though, right? Where their defense keeps them in the game until about the third quarter. And once that offense can't get anything going, that defense starts to get tired. Then we start to see the things like Kenneth Walker, 135 yards on 27 carries. You know, like that's insane. You know, Sam Darnold didn't particularly have a crazy game. He only had 202 yards, 19 and 38 for one touchdown.
But no turnovers.
No turnovers.
Key. But what's really crazy is, like you were saying, like, if anyone's trying to talk down on Drake May, what I would say first and foremost is, second year quarterback in the Super Bowl. You can tell that, like, throw anyone out there. I was at the game this year, Carolina, Arizona, and when we were making that comeback and got the onside kick, it seemed like everyone came back. They were almost gone. Everyone came back, and it was so deafening just in the Arizona that I was like, I don't understand how they can do this. Like, how anyone can talk trash. So now we're talking about the Super Bowl. 23 years old. It took them forever to find their groove, and they found it late. But what's crazy is total yardage, 335 for Seattle, 331 for New England. You would not think that based off what you saw, but they got their shit together. It was just too little, too late.
And I mean, I would say if I was a Patriots fan, I'm going into halftime, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, you know, because what was it? I think it was 12-0 at half. You know, Dre's not making horrible mistakes. Now, I will say that interception he threw the beginning of the fourth quarter or end of the third quarter, that was right down the middle of the pipe, no wide receiver. I'm like, what are we? And what's crazy is when they show the replay, if he leads that receiver towards the sideline, that might be a walk-in score.
Yeah, he wants that one back.
But that's the up and down of having a young quarterback. He doesn't have the experience. And I don't care what anybody says. You can talk all that noise you want. Playing in week 5 game is not the same as playing in the Super Bowl. I just,
not even close.
I don't care what you have to say. It's not just another game. First off, the pool share or whatever it is for when you win the Super Bowl, like each player gets like $2 million or something like that.
Goodness.
You don't get no $2 million when you win week 5.
Right.
You know what you get? You get to keep your job. That's what you get to keep. But
you get to see next week.
I was far more happy with the first half. And we get the halftime break. What'd you think of the halftime show?
Honestly, I only caught the end of it because I was in here setting up everything. Like, no offense to anyone that likes halftime shows, but like they're not geared for real football fans. That's just my opinion. Like the halftime shows for everyone that decided to show up Sunday, decided they wanted to watch the game. Now they got something for them. So I don't really care whoever performs or what, because it's not for me. Yeah, I'm worrying about the game, who's gonna win. I don't. I watch football, not
So
halftime.
you ain't
So.
watched the Kendrick Lamar show last year?
No, well, it was the same deal. Like I watched it while doing something. I think I was making some food or something. So
Okay.
it's playing behind me, but it's like I'm never like it's not appointment viewing. I'm not gonna sit there and make sure I catch every minute. I'm not gonna ignore it, but I just wasn't heavily invested. But I came back in, caught the end when he had like all the flags, the message in the background, which you knew was coming at some point, and that was a good message. You can't ever hate on love, but the people who get mad about it, it's like it's not for you.
I
Trust me.
love it, bro. I love it. So I'm in Alabama now. Um, pause. Enough said about that. Man, it is I love it. I love when people get pissed off. We don't typically do politics on the full blitz. I feel like it's just the right way to go.
Yeah,
But I gotta tell y'all, this isn't political. Puerto Rico's a part of America. just just so you guys know. Man,
it's a fact,
bro. So many people. Why don't you get an American to do the show? Damn.
Boy, what if they see an Eskimo? So well, they gonna trip. Then Alaska won't be counting no more.
I liked it,
but
I thought it was entertaining. I do it. I watch it more for the show, right, than the actual person who's headlining it. Now,
yeah,
I mean, I would obviously watch it if somebody of, I don't want to say real talent because Bad Bunny is extremely talented, but I mean like a vocalist.
Yeah,
If they're on, I'll watch them. And I definitely watched the Shakira one a couple years
ago. Oh yeah, Shakira and J-Lo. I remember like the end. I remember some ass shaking that for sure. I can't remember much else, but I don't know. I can't tell you what song she sung.
I can't either. I can't. I don't even remember. I'm not even gonna try to lie.
And I still hold the greatest. That was actually the one halftime show I definitely paid attention to, and boy, was it the one to watch. But our first year in Carolina, New England, Janet Jackson.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
First year DVRs too. So man, we rewinded that
thing. People that did DVR, they were like, I think we created a problem. This is.
I ain't know that was live TV.
Well, I mean, and it's tough too to have a whole lot to say about a halftime show where I understood 7 words. Which I'm cool with.
But it's music.
Yeah, like I be rocking out to Don Omar. I ain't got no idea what he's saying, but I rock out to it.
I mean, I know there's plenty of people overseas rapping these songs and stuff, and then can't have no conversation with you. I mean, R.I.P. Selena. I remember like watching her growing up, and she said she could only really sing good in Spanish, but couldn't really speak it either. So you never know sometimes. But to Bad Bunny's credit, I rock with him hard. Like he's very talented in more ways than one, and a very hard worker. So I watch wrestling. He took that serious. Like he put on a match better than guys that done it for years. Then he turns around. I loved him in Happy Gilmore too. Then he's #1 streaming. So it's like, why are you hating on a guy that's basically bucket listing in your face?
And
like, let him do his thing.
He looked so genuinely happy to be doing Happy Gilmore too. Like he would have been happy if he was just standing there.
Exactly.
I mean, he just
like, you can't hate on that.
It's hard to hate on Bad Bunny. Shout out Bad Bunny, man, or Bad Booney. Shout out Bad Booney. But we had that second half. I guess point wise, you could say the second half was more entertaining, more points scored, and I felt like Seattle came out and they were like, we're gonna kind of shut this shit down right now. And
that touchdown to Bonner, I thought was it. I thought they were going to shut him out for a minute.
I thought it was done when old boy stripped May and ran it in for the touch or the fumble and ran it in for the touchdown. I was like, oh yeah, this is over. It's 29-12 or whatever, or 13. This is over. But I don't know. I think the two best teams throughout the year made the Super Bowl. I,
For sure.
I think that ultimately that's what we want as fans. We understand that it's not always going to give us the best game, but we want the two best teams competing for the championship at the end of the year, and that's what we got.
Yeah, for sure. And effort. That's all I ever asked for because I love losers. So I don't get a lot of wins. But if I can get some effort, I can work with that. I can stay true to that. It's like, don't show me that you don't care either. Because now we got a problem. And everyone out there, like, they put their best out there, like JSN coming back from the concussion.
Yeah,
And like we talked about Gonzalez, he was putting his body out there.
hell
Like
yeah.
they knew, like, it's all or nothing.
And then what
So
was
you can only tip your hat.
Woodson, number 31 for New England?
Yeah.
I mean, just coming up from that safety position, filling the hole, blitzing the gaps. I mean, first off, tackling Kenneth Walker in open
Man,
field is almost impossible.
he's a beast.
But I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm like, bro, are those his thighs? Are those his legs?
He's been a beast. Like when Zach went down, I'd never had like worries about them because Zach kind of held me back on my parlays because he stole some touches, but he's a great running back too. But Kenneth Walker is just a dog. He's like a stronger, faster version of Le'Veon Bell. I think Chris Collinsworth finally said it. But when I was watching him before throughout the postseason, I've always thought Le'Veon Bell 2.0. Like you give Le'Veon some speed, some power. That's how he runs the ball.
Yeah, and they had actually, and for the first couple of times in the last few years, I didn't want to absolutely kill Chris Carter when he was talking about this, and they slowed down some of it. The patience, you're right. Le'Veon Bell comes to mind. I mean,
Hmm.
it almost looks like he's just sitting behind the line, not even moving. And then he finds the hole, and the way he accelerates is just unreal.
Man, like it's a crime to be that strong and that fast. Like it's usually one or the other.
And he's like he would be what I would call a miniature Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
can see that too.
it's
Lightning
just,
in a bottle, but just straight power.
and I mean that I miss him. I miss him so much. I I I cry. I want y'all to know I'm a grown man and I cry at night thinking about him in Ravens purple. It's disgusting.
Hey, you're not the only one that got bit by the Ravens. I remember when Steve went there, man.
Oh, all right.
And then the blood and guts game.
So
So it's like,
Super Bowl was great. NFL, great season, right? I can't. We're getting ready to get into ours, but you brought it up. I gotta ask, which one do you think hurt the fan bases worse? Henry to Baltimore or Steve Smith to Baltimore?
man, that's a good one because I feel like it's kind of two different styles. Like Steve, I feel like was really messy when he left because they were saying like, they're getting rid of him to let Cam have a bigger voice in the locker room. Like, it wasn't had it nothing to do with performance, anything like that. At least with Derek, you can argue like, we're not comfortable re-signing given the team we have and all this, where it's kind of like we're doing you a favor letting you go hunt and
Yeah,
see where else you can sign.
yeah.
Steve, it was just like, F you guys, I'm out of here. Next time I see y'all, just know it's up, and
Hey,
it definitely was
it
up.
was definitely up. It was, yo, what he had like 185 yards that game. He was
Man, I
ridiculous.
remember watching that game, and then it's like it was a blessing. Like, like God showed favor because his biggest touchdown was like a tip to someone else. So it's like the receiver bounces off of him, and Steve just so right place, right time, runs right under it, takes it right to the house,
Eh,
tells them to go cut his grass. And it was just like, what can you do? Like, we loved that. So we couldn't hate on it. We were more mad at our owner and
yes.
management than we were
Yeah.
Steve.
Now look, I get it, right? I've talked about this 100 times. I get it. we were looking out for Henry. Like, hey, bro, we are nowhere near getting a Super Bowl with or without you. You're phenomenal, but all you are going to do is keep us drafting in the 20s in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
And, because we paid Tony Pollard comparable to what the Ravens paid Henry. It was like 20 over 2. I think it averaged out to almost like 11 a year. Their contracts were comparable. But
Man.
I do think it was like, hey, bro, it ain't happening right now. So
Get out of here while you still can, type of deal.
And I do wish, knowing it happened, hindsight's 2020, I wish we would have traded him instead of letting him walk in free agency.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
But, it is what it is. We can't look backwards, but we can look forwards. That's what we're going to do right now. We are going to look forward as to what we feel our teams need to make potential, in your case, in your team's case, potential division winning decisions. Whereas in my case, it's making decisions to win more than 3 games. But as a Panthers fan, what are you more excited for, the draft, or are you more excited for free agency? Because I, to be completely honest, I do not know where y'all cap space is, so I don't know what y'all are looking like.
Well, I think right now we're like at 33, so we got some room to do some work, and then the expected bump. So it's really what happens once they give it that TV bump, whatever deal, maybe throw us like a few 4 or 5 more million. But what sucks is Icky going down in the wild card game, because now we have a big hole at left tackle that we have to plug that in before we can even work on the stuff that we needed to work on outside of that, because our O-line has been great. And even with the mixed matching, some guys stepping in, some guys stepping out, they still kept it up. But like Icky, I wasn't like sold on. He's a hometown kid. He's from Charlotte, so I love him for that. But he needed some work. Now he's hurt. So it's like that's the first move. So that's more of an offseason move to me. Like, who can we find out there in free agency that can hold it down till he gets back in strength?
Because he's got what was his injury?
It was
was it an Achilles?
Achilles. Yeah, I want to say it was an Achilles. I would have to double check, but I want to say it was an Achilles. So it's possible that he could come back as early as training camp or miss the whole season.
I don't know. An Achilles for a 350-pound dude is a lot different.
So he's probably not coming back at all next year, or very, very late. I say like December. If he does,
I'd say they probably just hold him out the whole year because they know they want him to be the future of that position.
Same thing like Jonathan Brooks. He'll probably sit.
Yeah.
So we'll find a stopgap, but we need edge rushers. I like the young guys that we had got, like Nick Scorton, Princely, but Nick Scorton showed more flashes late. So hopefully that translates next year. But it's like we do not get enough pressure. I mean, all we could do was go up from the year before. We were dead last historically. And now we shut down the run very well for the most part. But, like you said, over time, defenses get tired, worn out if the offense isn't producing. So we had those times where we got gashed because they were out there too much. But we never got enough pressure on the quarterback. And that's what hurt us the most. So that's what I'm looking for us to. And that I think is a two, like kind of both. You can do that in the off season and through the draft. There's a kid at A&M that I really like, Cassius, that I would like to see paired up back with Nick Scorton and see what them boys could do. But edge presence is key right now for us, I feel like.
So where are you at as far as a fan, right? Take the media person out of it, because we can all dumb down every reason why we believe what we believe, but sometimes I think it's the fan in us that sees the real football player, because we don't care about the X's and the O's. We want to know what you do when you get between the 50s, between the hashes. What do you do? So Big one for me. Do you go Hubbard or do you go Rico? You gonna have to
Oh,
go.
definitely,
You gonna have to go one.
definitely Hubbard. Rico had his flashes, he had his revenge game, but coming into the year, I knew he was a 1 year rental regardless, meaning whatever he did for us was auditioning for where he was going next. So don't fall in love, like let him do his
But to
thing,
be
but don't fall
fair,
in love.
he had a really good year the year before with Dallas. So maybe it's not a flash. Maybe this is, and like you said, that offensive line, you got Maulers on the inside, right? Anytime I watch Carolina, the center and the two guards of that offensive line, to me, are what make that offensive line beautiful. They're phenomenal run blockers. Those three dudes
Love
are
him.
like road graders. They move people out of the way. Um, and Hubbard, I don't know, man.
Well,
I
well, this
kind of
is
like
why.
Dowdle, man.
And I can feel that, and this is another reason why. So it's kind of like you said, the fan in me, and also just the situation. So for me, like I'm still delusional to a point, but I still know too much to be too naive.
That's fair.
So like with the Rico Hubbard situation, even if we wanted to, we already screwed ourselves. We drafted
Yeah.
Jonathan Brooks, we signed Hubbard last year. So you're just throwing more money, and then you're diluting somebody, or you're stopping somebody's growth. So it's like that's why I say, Rico, you hold us down. And then next year, I feel like Brooks is going to finally get more of a role. And if I don't know if you ever got to see him last year because he got hurt so quick, but his game is similar to what you see in Rico: tough, strong, running, and younger. Even though he had the two ACLs, the guy has a total like less than 300 touches on his career. That's going back from
So he's
Texas.
young.
So it's like, yeah, and fresh. Like a lot of running backs come out of college almost at like 900 touches. This guy is still fresh
Damn.
legs,
I ain't know it was that
but it's
high.
like it gets crazy because you got to think about all they do.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
C-Mac was out there receiving, catching, returning punts, all that.
That's true.
Like they get a lot. Reggie Bush was going crazy. Everybody probably isn't that high, but the guys that you at least think are the ones to get are coming out of there already with a lot of touches. So it's like if he can pull a Thomas Davis, go through two ACLs, come back healthy, and show me the flashes we've seen that rookie year when he finally did play those 2.5 games, then that's kind of what makes it easier to let a guy like Rico walk. But we won't know till it happens. Like you said, hindsight's 2020. But just given the finances, the draft that we got this guy in the second round, we
Yeah.
have to let him
Yeah, you
play.
got to give him a shot. And
Yeah,
you gave Hubbard a bag. I mean,
exactly.
now, granted, Hubbard get your money. All the RBs in the NFL get your money. I'm so happy that we are finally starting to bring the value back to the running
Oh
back.
yeah.
And I will credit. And look, again, I argue this with everybody. Derrick Henry is the greatest running back in the history of the NFL. Right? Like
That's a fan.
I'll fight with people, but I fight with people on that, right? And people will be like, "Oh, that's a fan." But when you think about it, who brought the value of the running back? Derrick Henry.
Okay, see, that's you. And then hear me. Well, who was the highest paid running back?
For
CMC.
sure. But
So,
we're
but
not
I get where you're
talking
coming from.
about what CMC is, right? What CMC is CMC is a Jameer Gibbs, right?
Hmm.
He's an ETN. He's that running back that you ain't giving the ball to on 3rd and 2 when you need it. You're not giving him the ball. You giving him the ball on 2nd and 8 on a wing route out to the side. To me, that's not a running back. CMC, all them cats, they was going to make their money because of how valuable they are as a pass catcher.
Hmm.
But the
Nah, yeah, I
running
got you.
back position, the Hubbards, the Williams, the Corums, the Henrys, the Barkleys, right? Now, Barkley is, I'd say he's a better pass catcher than most of them, but he's not on a CMC level. I would
Mm.
say Derrick Henry saved the running back position, in my opinion, right?
So you give him I agree. So you give him GOAT status based off legacy more than performance?
Well, performance is there too. He's one of 9 with Saquon. One of 9 runners with a 2,000-yard season. He is one of 2 runners with 2,000 yards plus 17 touchdowns. Mind you, the only other running back to do that was Terrell Davis in 1998 when he won the MVP. The year Derrick Henry did it, Aaron Rodgers won the MVP, and he didn't even break no damn record. So he got robbed of an MVP there.
Well, that's speaking to the value. So at the time, they didn't, because there's a few times a running back should have been MVP. We haven't
Saquon
had one in a long time.
Saquon should have
Exactly.
got it. You know? So, and the year after he rushes for 2,000 yards, he leads the league in rushing all the way till week 14 when he got injured in week 7.
Mm. Wow.
His first year with Baltimore, nobody talks about it because it was Saquon's 2,000-yard season. He ran for 1,975 yards.
He's a dog.
He was 25 yards away from being the only running back in NFL history with 2,000-yard seasons. And I think he's 9th on the all-time touchdown leader. Like, he passed up like 5 people. Now, look, I get it.
Okay.
There is fandom in there because, I mean, you could come at me with Emmett. You could come at me with, LaDainian Tomlinson, the AP.
No.
I get it.
AP, that's a good argument.
But don't come at me. Like,
you got some numbers, though. You got some numbers, so there's an argument up there. My opinion is weird when it comes to GOAT running backs because, my GOAT surprises a lot of people, but I do, when I fall in love with anything, I do research. I go back in time. I just watch stuff, see stuff. My GOAT running back to me is Gale Sayers.
Oh my God.
If Gale Sayers was in today's game and that injury he gets, he comes back in a year.
But sure.
Because
Facts.
of the ACL and stuff, he never got to see his full potential. So it's hard to argue like numbers, things like that. But
well hold on.
Put on the tape.
If we're gonna play that game, if we gonna play what if with an injury, then it's Bo Jackson. I mean,
I still would go Gale over Bo. Just be like,
Gale's a good choice.
Like I said, you got to watch the tape, and it was like that was a guy that was so far ahead of his time. Like he runs like guys run now. And there was this one game I watched where it was like just crazy snow, and you got to think back then their cleats aren't that great, and it's like Chicago, so it's crazy snow, and it's like he's running on just flat land. Like the way he moved, it was ridiculous. And it was just, that's the reason why I'm like, he's the GOAT to me, because it's just like, you could see what could have been, what was on the rise, and even making the Hall of Fame. Still,
I'm not mad at that.
With such a short career. So
I'm not.
That's why I can't argue with you or anyone else, because I got a weird choice too.
I got a lot of weird choices. I got a lot of weird choices, and I'll tell everybody. Next episode that we do, we'll do this before the season and the OTAs and everything pop off. We'll get on here and we'll give you a GOAT of every major position. I'm not going down the offensive line. I'm not, because some of them are just obvious, right? Like,
Jonathan Ogden.
As a former center, give me Jason Kelce. I mean,
but Jeff,
look, the reason I go Kelce is because me and Kelsey's gameplay was very similar. We were pulling centers, and I think not that Jeff couldn't pull. Saturday was he was an athlete, but Kelce is 6'2", could just get down the line better than any center I've ever seen do it. And I mean, when you see, now it wasn't a lot, but when you see the production of a play with the tush push go down after a player retires that was in the middle of that play,
it speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes. But we'll give y'all a list of that. So give me I know we haven't seen where anybody's playing or anything like that. If you had to give me a way too early prediction, give me a record and outcome for the Carolina Panthers next year.
Um, I've seen the opponent list. Like, it's not as bad as last year. No, actually, it's worse. So, damn, this is crazy. Like, we play a lot of good teams. We got a first place schedule now, so we're playing like Philly. We play some tough divisions. So, but I can still see 10-7.
I'm not mad at
I can
that.
see 10-7. Um, Judging the NFC South. What's crazy is next year, watch 10-7 be second place. Somehow somebody's gonna go like 11-6, 12-5 in the NFC South. It's either gonna be, I don't know who right now, but I just know how crazy it gets in the NFL. So don't be surprised if 10-7 doesn't win us the division. But I think we can make us a run, maybe like get to an NFC championship and fall if we could make a sneaky run through the division. Because what I look at this team and what I think of them is, think of Bryce Young. He's not a game changer, but he's a baller. It's a difference, but it's something you still would like to have in the quarterback. Meaning, like, anytime the game's on the line, it's late, like late drives, fourth quarters, comebacks, or fourth down plays. Like, I don't have, we as fans, we get nervous. Start like, I am chill when it's him because it's like, for whatever reason, he's gonna make that right pass on fourth down, like boop,
Are we
right
talking?
play,
Are we
right
talking about the
play.
same Bryce Young? The
Same Bryce
same.
Young, because he's been held back by some bad. Like, when it's bad, it's bad. But what I'm saying is that's why he's a baller. Because if you put him in position where you got 5 minutes left in the game, you got to go out there and put a couple drives together to win it. He can ball out for you.
Look,
But a game changer dominates from start to finish. He's not that.
I think
Not
I
yet.
think Carolina is more than equipped to go 10-7. I'd have to look at their schedule to kind of be more
It's
firm
ugly.
on that. But listen, you got Bryce Young, who after being benched came back like a man that said that will never happen to me again. And he
Hmm.
still had some bad games, as he's going to. He's still learning. He's still young. He does struggle from a clear disadvantage of being the size that he is, but it is what it is. It doesn't mean you can't be successful. Drew Brees won a fucking Super Bowl. Okay. I think what's going to help y'all is with the first coming of a true wide receiver number one, your offensive rookie of the year, who rightfully
Yes,
was the
sir.
offensive rookie of the year. This is going to take pressure off of a guy that I love, and I think he is going to find his home as a true wide receiver number two, and that is Mr. Xavier Legette. I love this kid. He is strong. He has phenomenal hands. His route running still needs to be helped. We saw that with him coming out of South Carolina. We knew he wasn't gonna be a Steve Smith, right?
Yeah,
But
he was raw.
he is 6'5",
6'3".
6'3". He's a big body. He reminds me a lot of DK Metcalf.
Yes.
He's
Yes,
fast.
that's the vibes I got.
He's probably the best 50-50 ball catcher on the team when he is in the right environment. And I think he's going to find himself in that right environment because now it's not all on him. He's not drafted as the savior to the wide receiver room anymore. Like that's not him. And then you add in guys like Brooks getting healthy. You add in Hubbard, who is phenomenal at running the ball between the tackles. What helps a young quarterback better than an offensive line? A running game.
A great run game.
And I think that defense is going to continue to get better. They're young on the back end. I think I think Carolina is going to be much improved next year. The problem is so is New Orleans. So is Atlanta. Kevin Stefanski is going to have a blast with that Atlanta roster. Now, they did just have a dude get fucking arrested, which
that's what I was going to say. That was a guy I wanted, but they were saying red flags. So
yeah, man. And then he's over here. I think it was a LA Sparks player.
Yeah, man. It was crazy. Like, did you read the story?
I have not read the story
yet.
It
was really like YN crash out.
Oh no!
He's chasing her in the car, hitting the car like Lambo.
I saw he had 5 felony charges.
Crazy.
But
Crazy. It's YN crash out.
I think Atlanta's going to be better. I think Stefanski is going to get that team right. Kirk Cousins is going to be traded or released. That news has come out. It is Penix's team.
You think they get? I think they get Gabriel. They run and go get Dylan.
They might. They may. Or they may. Who's the other damn quarterback? Tua. No, I'm just playing.
They go get Malik.
They could.
Shoot.
Yeah, they could. I mean, and look, there are some guys in the back end of that draft that are going to be there. Some of those guys that are going to need some help. But the team that nobody's talking about for whatever reason is Tampa. That offensive line, Tristan Wirth, is going to get healthy. Bucky Irvin is going to get healthy. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Cotton, all of them they going to get healthy. And Baker is him.
Getting old.
They're
getting old.
They still got 2-3 years.
I don't believe in Tampa next year. I don't really
no.
Tampa.
I don't think they're gonna win, but what I'm saying is they're gonna steal some wins from teams that are gonna need them late. And you're gonna see the SEC type nonsense in the NFC South. It's gonna be dog eat dog. Because
they're gonna be like us this year. They're gonna drop a dumb game and then beat someone that's like top in the NFC at the moment and stuff like that. That was our problem, consistency. But I agree and disagree with some of the things you said. Tech, I watched him here. You know, he went to school at the U of A. So when the U of A played Colorado, Travis Hunter, Ted Aroa, Shador, I went to that game. I was in the second row, like on the grass. Nice. So I got to see him up close. He didn't have a great statistic game that game because that was like the one game Colorado had a pass rush. So little Fafita stayed on his back. But like, again, I watch. So it's like all he did was get open. He just didn't get a lot of targets. But
dude is nasty.
So I didn't on Travis. Travis like left the second half. I think he had like a hamstring issue or something, but he was cooking Travis while he was there. He was getting open. But Leggett, number 2, I would go Coca right now just because like the way Jalen plays is crazy. But I do agree, like Leggett, he's been kind of a headache. Like you try to side with the homers, love the accent, South Carolina, you know. But like I was at the Cardinals game where there was just a couple just bad drops, just like you said, bad route running, bad mechanics.
Yeah.
So he's raw where if he can secure the catch, look out. That's it. Reel it in and go to work. So once we can get that, and I think he will, sat with Cam. Cam talked to him. I know Steve has gotten in him a bit. So he needs to just fall in love with the work. You know, I think he got a little distracted last year. He was in the Glorilla video, riding horses, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta make the main thing the main thing. Work on your craft as a receiver. Get that down, everything else will fall right into place.
I feel you.
But him even being a third, I don't mind because we got 3-6-3 and up receivers that are dogs. Yeah. We just got to get them the ball. Canales, he started down the end of the year. You got to let Bryce loose for better or worse. Like, we'll take it, even if it's the worst thing you ever seen, but you got to let them loose. If we're sitting there and everyone can realize you're just handcuffing, trying to play it safe and protect them, then forget about it. Let them loose. See what you got. It is what it is, better or worse.
And that's where I am, right? Y'all see it. Y'all know. If y'all watching this, y'all know already. I'm a diehard Titans fan. Been a fan since '98. This man knew me back in, 2013? Something like that?
Yeah, like 14.
2013, 24. Like and I was rocking the Titans then. I've never swayed. And letting the dude cut loose, I agree. First off, super, super happy as a Titans fan to get Robert Saleh as the head coach. So when you look at it, when have we been the most successful over the last 15 years? When Mike Vrabel was our head coach. Mike Vrabel and Robert Saleh are very similar head coaches. Defensive minded, players absolutely love them. It's culture first, everything else second. And then you bring in a dude like Brian Daboll. Say what you want as a head coach. You can say whatever you want about him as a head coach. The dude has been nothing but successful as an offensive coordinator and a QB guru back to his time when he was with Alabama and he worked with Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa. And
That's how you get those head coaching jobs.
and then you got Josh Allen and people, nobody outside of Tennessee is talking about this, but everybody's forgetting Brian Daboll tried to trade 2 firsts and multiple day 2 picks last year to trade up with us to take Cam Ward.
I did not know that.
So now we have an offensive coordinator working with the quarterback that he wanted all along. And I can't remember the dude's name, but he's an assistant. He was an assistant with Robert Saleh out in San Francisco. We hired him as our defensive coordinator. So we make all of these changes to our coaching staff. I hope they let Cam Ward loose. Let him go. Let him do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're gonna probably pick Bain, edge rusher out of Miami, at the 4th overall pick, which we absolutely need to.
Dog.
And then you look at that you got Bain on the outside, Jeffrey Simmons, Devontae Sweat. I mean, like people say what they want. Jeffrey Simmons is probably the best interior defensive lineman in the league.
He's top. I mean,
right? Like him and Chris Jones.
But he's up there.
I mean,
Chris Jones kind of took a step back. Right now, I
old
got
too.
DB. Milton Williams is crazy. Jeffrey Simmons.
Yep.
There's a few it's deep at DT, which is sad for your Simmons out there. But
yeah, that sucks.
I got some guys.
And I'm really excited with where we're going right now as a coaching staff. It's really going to be what we do. For me, it's more about free agency than it is in the draft. We need to go get a true number one. I like Alik Manor. I like DK, who's a rookie Pro Bowler, first team All-Pro as a returner. The dude is phenomenal. We're probably going to lose.
Is that how you say his last name?
Okay. I just DK.
I don't want to. No, that's better than what I was saying.
Oh yeah, I don't even. I butcher so, bro. If you go back to the earlier videos that I've posted, and I have just butchered people's names, and people on the internet, all you wonderful people on the internet, have just destroyed me. I mean, just absolutely destroyed me. But I don't know, man. I think our defense is going to need some help. Kevin Winston Jr. getting him in the 3rd round out of Penn State, all because of an ACL injury, was a monster steal. I mean, Hunter Helm out of Texas, really good, strong hand, tight end, knows how to block. I mean, because we're going to lose Chig. We're going to lose Chig Okonkwo to free agency. And our offensive line is where the problem is. Cushenberry's been hurt. Skoronski is finally becoming a top 10 guard in the league. J.C. Latham, now that he's over back at the right side, where he had a lot of success at Alabama, he's playing a little better. Our right guard spot's kind of been a carousel. And then Dan Moore, who I was really excited when we signed him, and it took me 3 games to realize that this was fucking horrible. He's just the worst. But I think the problem with Tennessee is, one, there's still a lot of holes. I see us winning 6 games, and that's me being optimistic.
Yeah.
Partly because even though it's slept on, the AFC South is becoming a real contender of a division. When you look at the Jags, you look at Houston. I mean, I don't know what the hell happened to CJ Stroud at the later end of this year. It's like he forgot how to play football.
Yeah.
I don't know.
A lot of Bryce fans happy.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what's going on with Indy. I mean, you got Richardson, but like you said with Leggett, you gotta fall in love with the work. Richardson, are you signing a record label or are you gonna be the NFL quarterback? Like, what do you want to do?
And just know where the hell you are. Like the first time the story came out with being tired, like, are you serious? Even if you are, you don't say that. Like, I tell my son now, like, my son, he plays basketball, and He starts at point guard for Bonnie Cone in Charlotte. I tell him all the time, like, because he like when he was younger, he would wear his emotions on his sleeves. I'm like, you cannot let them see you're upset because now they see blood in the water. And I say, if you hurt, don't sit here and try to be dramatic and walk that shit off and get off the court if anything. Because once they see that, now we know what to hit. Now we know what to target. So I totally get that. Like you can't be weak like that.
And it's crazy.
That just
do they stick with Indiana Jones? Like, do they stick with Daniel Jones? I mean, I feel like they have
think he
to, right?
is a free agent, but yeah, the way he's a free agent technically, but they've been talking as if he'll be there. And there's really no reason for him not to be because he was kind of on his like Sam Darnold till he got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like did that change of scenery might be all he needed, and then you got the owner right there on the sideline. Like that's a good amount of pressure too.
Hey, and shout out her, right?
For sure.
Is
I'm not
Isabel
mad at it.
or I don't know if that's her name, but shout out her
She had style.
to. I don't care if you're a female, I really don't, because this is about ball. And what you did was you showed every other owner, you showed 31 other owners what it means to be involved. And her response, well, why are you on the field? Well, I need to know if I have the right people in place. Damn.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
You can't fault nothing she said.
Like, shout out to her, because not only was that gangster as hell, but that if I was a Colts fan, which I never would be, that is sacrilege. But I will say I like that type of ownership a lot better than the ownership that we're dealing with Amy Adams Shrunk. I think a lot of Tennessee fans are just ready for her to sell the team. She just is a problem, just an absolute problem.
I'm glad Tepper got it. He learned to take a step back. He was on Pat McAfee's show, which I did. I wasn't mad at. Like I actually liked how he did it, that interview. But yeah, like with Miss Ursay, like she has the drip, puts on the headset, and she's just involved, but not in a way where she's trying to be in the way. But it's just like you say, like when you own something, you want to make sure you got like this product. People waste millions. Like there's people that are getting paid and they done switch teams like 2 or 3 times, and they're getting checks by like all these teams because the ownership, the GMs, they made bad choices and they're still paying guys. Like she thinks about stuff like that. So it's like that's good for them. My owner shut the hell up. He let our GM and coach do their thing. So I'm happy about that. And good luck to your future endeavors with your owner.
Right. Yeah, no doubt. But that's where we are. The 2026 season has come to an end. Hopefully for myself, and again, Darren, don't call me Dusty Rhodes, our season is better next year, and we got more to talk about. Usually at the end of the show, we end our show, or we'll be in the middle of the show when we come back. But we have a segment called Ain't No Way. All right. And what it is we look for crazy stories throughout the world, right? We try to find something. Like I found somewhere where olive oil got hijacked and it was like $16 million worth of olive oil. Bruh, some of the stories we found are crazy. So I'm going to, you ain't got to have one. It's all good. I'm going to end our Super Bowl Sunday show with an Ain't No Way. And this is to all of my light-skinned people, not you light-skinned, us light-skinned, better known as white people. Don't go to
from the Caucasus Mountains.
Yeah, from the mountains of Caucasus. Whose goddamn white baby is that? That baby is rice-skinned. He has a credit score of 720 right now. I gotta tell y'all this though. I love all y'all like protesting and everything, but please don't go to African American ICE agents and call them house N-words. Please don't do that on camera no more. Please don't do that. I feel like I haven't seen any other Caucasian people tell other Caucasian peoples not to do that, so I'm gonna take the opportunity.
You're good. Fucking house here. Sir, I need to move. Fucking house fucking KKK. What the fuck's wrong with you people?
Why are you calling a woman a man?
Sir,
I mean, what kind of a guy does that?
fucking house. neighbor. Go look for your fucking slave.
Don't do that, because when you get punched, you're going to be mad as hell. You're going to talk about your civil rights were violated. No, they weren't. Shut up.
Speaking of which, I think I got an interesting story. It went viral today. You might have seen it. It's pretty mixed emotions.
Lay it on us, man.
It's a body cam of a CO. So she's talking to an inmate with the. Have you seen it?
I have
The
not.
guy in the green shirt.
I have not.
Yeah. So the inmate is asking for like a T-shirt or something, trying to be as respectful as possible. We're talking an inmate, so they can be whatever, but he's trying his best to politic, ask nicely, and for whatever reason, the cop is just being really rude, just disrespectful, and to put it out there because it is a touchy subject, she was a female. And for whatever reason, they had 3 female COs in a male pod. So it's more of an issue on the jail than
that sounds like a
situation.
scheduling problem.
Yeah. So she just tells him, I don't give a fuck about this or what you saying, all that. And then it gets to the point where she pepper sprays him. And the body cam footage, you just see this guy run through all 3 of them, and it's just ridiculous.
You need to step off. Go somewhere else. I don't give a fuck about that tape on the ground. You need to go somewhere else.
Please stop cussing at me. I'm not cussing at you. Please
Hey, go ahead and just cuff up then.
Please stop cussing at me.
Oh, I see. That's the last time I'm saying it. Turn around and cuff up.
Please don't.
Cuff up!
But it's another one of them moments where, you can see both sides. Like, you don't abuse your power and do something stupid, and then she's on the ground crying and all this stuff about it at the end, and it's like, you just do better, everybody.
I had no
Please.
idea the convicted murderer would punch me in the face.
Like, why test them? And then it's just, oh man, like, it's so easy to walk away from so much that we're too proud to.
I don't.
Proud aside.
I don't look. I thought about being a corrections officer at one point in my life. I did, and then somebody was like, "How are you going to intimidate somebody that's in jail for life?" I'm like, never mind. I don't want to do this. I don't think this. I don't think this
But
job
respect
is for
goes
me.
a long way.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
nah,
Well,
it
y'all.
doesn't look fun.
There you go. Take from those stories what you will. Just so everybody knows, the Full Blitz Podcast is going to be returning on a weekly basis coming soon. I have some personal medical issues that I have to attend to first. And then I have to go through some more applicants for the co-host. No, I'm just playing. I mean, I feel like y'all might be seeing more of him. But we are coming back. If y'all haven't already, go over to the Full Blitz podcast.com. Check out the website. Merch is up and live. Y'all can order merch. We have shirts, hoodies, beanies, headbands. We got more stuff coming. If you haven't already, head over to YouTube. Check us out. Hit that subscribe button. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram. Hit that follow button. Hey, we love all of y'all, and peace and love out into the world, y'all. Y'all take it easy.